Hello, coming on here. My name is Rachel, Detroit. Hello, I am 7 minutes late. Your girl's 7 minutes late. Hey, Stephanie, 7 minutes late. Um, Let me tell you about what the weather is in Detroit and what it's like living with a chronic disease with this rapid weather change without trying to lose your mind. What about all my other chronic warriors out there? Is anyone else feeling this extreme shift of weather? So that's my excuse about why I'm late. It's because I'm losing my mind with this. Why is it snowing? And then yesterday it was like 65 degrees. Why is it doing this? Anyways, let's get to it. My name is Rachel Detroit. I'm a life coach, so I help people change their life, change their lifestyle. Hey, Kim, glad you're here. We got Stephanie. It doesn't show me all the people. It just shows me if you drop something in the chat. And this is streaming to YouTube, to Facebook, Facebook group. So it's streaming a couple different places. Thank you guys for jumping on. My name is Rachel Detroit. I'm a life coach. And today we're going to get into making a bountiful salad. Okay, so for me, salads are, you know, in my home, salads have so much capability. Oh, you just eat a salad? Yup. Wait till you see what we're about to put on this salad. But then if you go out to a restaurant and you want to get a salad, they're like, it's like 4 pieces of lettuce, a half of a tomato. No one even really likes tomatoes that much. Give me some more depth, you know? And then if you want an avocado, it's $9 extra. And then don't, sometimes I'll say, give me every vegetable you have on there, and I will pay any price. Like sometimes I feel they probably think I'm a little loopy. I'm like, do you guys have tahini back there? They're like, what? I'm like, well, this is what you do. This is what you do with it. Just give it to me. All right, let's see. We got some people. Yep, Kim in the chat. It's Michigan. Hey, Karen from Boston. We got Sandra. All right, that's my spiel here. All right, so let's get into the salad. So it's going to be a Mediterranean salad. Although basically the main point of this salad is we want to make sure it's nutrient dense, right? We don't want to eat salads that are just iceberg lettuce or just some romaine. We want it to be nutrient dense, so we diversify the colors of our vegetables, what they are. We diversify the fats. We get avocados. We get tahinis. And the reason it's Mediterranean is because I'm going to get a little freaky deaky with the 7 spice. So as you guys see, I made this, we were just on a plant-based Mediterranean kick, and I just wanted to show you guys different ways that we can utilize the spice. So if you bought the course, right, you also have seen this past couple weeks, and we use the spice. We've used the Aleppo pepper a few times. So it's like if you buy this, we're trying it so you can see it. And this salad's going to segue us into the next thing that I'm going to explore a bit, and I hope you guys join me on the way. It's going to be plant-based raw, right? So I want to start cooking foods that are raw, right? And I think it's really healthy for the gut microbiome to let me get to chopping before all I get to do is talking and then we don't even have a salad. But it's really good for the gut microbiome to incorporate more and more raw food. So I want to do a series on that to teach us, right? I'll be learning too, to teach us about what are some meals that are raw that we can incorporate. Let's see what we got in the chat. Yep, and $10+ later for not much of anything. Yeah, that's what it is. When you go out to eat and get a salad, people are like, "Oh, do you like going out to eat a?" No, I don't actually. Actually, I really don't like it. Not interested. No, sorry. But then, because then it's like I think COVID really changed who I am as a person. Does anybody else feel that way? Like, I mean, just completely changed who I am as a human being. All right. So I'm gonna chop up this cabbage and chop it up like how you would want to eat it, right? I like to do it sliced. I don't like it too small because I don't like having to chase it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got too much little pieces of cabbage, you start having to chase the cabbage. So I have this really big mixing bowl here, and I'm just going to start putting all my vegetables in there. So this would be like a salad base, I guess, if you will. So my friend Tammy from Nutmeg Notebook, Tammy Kramer, she does a lot of batch cooking, and I've never heard of it until I bought the plant-based, or I didn't buy it. But I felt like I did because I got it. So I got the plant-based bundle because I was a part of it. Um, and in that bundle, she had a course, which I haven't even had the chance to look at. I'm just getting into the raw food cookbooks, ebooks. Um, but she has a course where what she does is batch cooking, and like it's like you make everything in advance. You put like so you can just take what you make in advance and you can cook it up. You can eat it as a salad. We got some stuff in the chat. Um, what is the seven spice made of and where can we buy it? So the seven spice is made of, and my mom calls it allspice, right? So and I'm like, Mom, that's not what allspice is, because people that's what they put in the cookies in the USA. But like, if you're going to the Middle East, Lebanon, or if you go to an Arabic imported store and you say, hey, I want allspice, this is what they'll give you because it's their allspice. It's their seven spices mixed together. And so what it is the first ingredient is actually allspice. Allspice, black pepper, coriander, clove, cumin, nutmeg, and then it says spices. So I don't know about what spices are, but you can look it up online, like a traditional seven spice recipe. This one's made by Sadaf, the man inside Aladdin's Imported Foods. Just walk into these imported stores, I throw a couple Arabic words at them. They're like, Habibti. I'm like, this is what he told me to get. He says this is the best one. So that's what I picked up from there. But there's all types of brands. You can make it yourself. And in my plant-based Lebanese course, I taught it last week. I used that spice for a topping on the hummus called hashwe, and then I used it for inside of the kusa stuffing. Kusa is like a stuffed cabbage, and I used mushrooms instead of rice, so it's grain-free, but that's where I used that spice. Oops, touched my nose. Okay, let's see. It changed us. Yeah, it switched from, yeah. See, Kim says that's when she switched from the standard American diet to whole food plant-based during COVID. Like everybody went through some stuff. But I think it's been like a really nice shift, a really nice change. It's made me, it's made me realize, like, you know, I don't have to let everybody in or whatever, it's like I don't have to do the fake stuff. That's what it's done for me. All right, so I got my cabbage in there. I'm going to set these two bad boys aside. So if you look, and I'm just going to toss this all together so it's mixed up. And if you like the seasoning that the dressing I'm about to make, use it. And if you like a different dressing, this is just talking about the base. And I was thinking before I got on here, I was like, well, I don't know really what I'm like demoing other than like chopping up a salad, being prepared, and yeah, so it's not like it's nothing fancy. It's you can use whatever you like, right? It's about nutrient density, and so that's why I have a beet here. And I'm going to just use a raw beet. I brushed it. I'll brush it again. So I used this. This actually came with a kitchen, this came with a kitchen machine. This tool came with a kitchen juicer, right? And it's to clean the inside. Well, I've never used it to clean the inside, and so what it's become is a vegetable brush. You can use any brush too. I mean, you could use a toothbrush, an unused toothbrush. You can use whatever it is, whatever you want that's like a brush. I've used before the brushes that you do dishes with. All right, so I brushed my beets. Save the greens. I'm not going to put them in the salad. They turn too fast. So what I'm putting in the salad are things that keep. So I'm putting my cabbage. I'm putting carrots. I've got carrots in here waiting. I'm putting my beets because I want to make a nice base so I can keep it for a couple days. So talking Tammy Kramer, batch cooking, It's responsible. She's been eating this way for years. You got to be responsible. You can't just, like, people don't understand this eating pattern. And it's like, even if you only want a couple meals that are whole food plant-based, even if you're not all in yet, even if you can't find it really, can't find it many places. I'm just chopping the beets up. I really like, so, if you haven't done it before, you can just eat this as a nice snack. It's nice. I mean, the more vegetables that you put in your life, the more your palate is interested. Like, that to me is really interesting. I love beet juice. Oh my goodness. If you take me to a place that's got fresh squeezed beet juice, ooh, I will pay $19 for that beet. I will pay whatever you want. It is so good. I really like beets, and they use beetroots for sweeteners. You can chop that up. You can cube it up. Andrea Kelly from YouTube says, "Hi everyone." Oh, Karen says that she found the halal, not the halal spice, the seven spice, the seven spice, the Middle Eastern seven spice at her local halal market. So, going to these different international places, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Um, Ethnic people, immigrants, whatever you want to, the people of other cultures of other nations, they're really open, right? Oops. They're really open to share and to answer questions about their culture. So go ahead and ask. Don't be afraid. I mean, some people are rude, but that's everywhere. We got rude Americans. But ask questions. Don't be afraid. The quality of, well, this was just going to naturally come out. I didn't even practice this one before, but I was going to say the quality of your life depends on the quality of your questions, right? Just continue questioning and continue working harder. I chopped these really bad. I don't know. I guess one aspect of the quality of your life depend. Just keep asking it. Don't be afraid. All right, so I'm chopping these beets up. I'm gonna add mushrooms. I got mushrooms. I'll show you this spring mix I got from Costco along with these power greens that I got from Costco. And so Costco, I mean, everything's plastic nowadays. The whole world is made out of plastic. So Costco sells these big plastic bags full of organic spring mix. And so I saved one of the other giant plastic containers that my other spring mix came in. Oh, not this one. Power greens, I mean, came in, and then I just put it in there. So, I just reused those plastic containers. I love beets. My favorite salad is red cabbage. Yes, red cabbage. Go with the red. It's more antioxidants. Beets, red onion. Ooh, that's a colorful salad. I like it. Yeah, if you're scared of beets, if you don't know what's up with the beets yet, give them a shot. I love them. Beet juice. I want to get that. If you're low in iron, which a lot of us tend to have that, right? Get the iron in. It's so important to get iron every day. And so if you're thinking about where does iron come from, spinach. Are you eating 1 to 2 cups of spinach daily? Maybe. What about actually 2 cups? Let's go 2 cups. Let's turn things up a little bit. Shake the tree, right? So then what I'm saying is get the beets in. Maybe you could do a beet juice, right? But that's what I mean about being accountable, taking inventory, right? I get on here every morning and I talk about this or that, and this is what I mean. We take inventory. Well, where's your iron coming from? And I talk about stress management. For me, I'm a stress ball right now. I'm just losing it. I mean, like my business, Rachel Detroit Coaching, and I appreciate everybody who's been a part of this, who's contributing, who's communicating, who's purchased my class, who's supporting me. It's like I went from a high school, middle school teacher to Rachel Detroit Coaching, doing this on the internet. It's really cool. I have clients, so it's growing right before my eyes, and my general running of who I am is stress ball, and it's like, but I like the stress. So it's about healthy stress, taking inventories, taking stock. What can I do to mitigate the clumsiness of my schedule? What can I do to make sure that I am obtaining optimal nutrients and optimizing the quality? That's why I posted earlier that smoothie mix. I don't usually do that type of stuff, but I've just been needing to pay attention to detail. That's a really important thing in life. I'm going to get that written on a shirt. I'm going to get that written on a shirt. Yeah, I like that slogan. Pay attention to detail. Rachel Detroit Coaching, but not too much detail. But when you're working on something like yourself, pay attention to detail. What else you got going on? If you're me, like 9,000 other things, although the most important thing is you, right? And so one of the things, I'm chopping up some mushrooms here. It's going to be pink mushrooms. Should I wipe this off? Should we just go with it? One of the things that I coach with my clients is, and it's not like I sit here and say, hi, you're so important, one of the core values of Rachel Detroit Coaching is you are so important. Like, why on earth would you spend this money on a coach to transform your life if you don't think that you're the most important person to take care of? And like, what's wrong with that, right? Your first purpose is to basically help yourself so you can help other people, right? That doesn't sound too bad. Like, be helpful to other people, but you must first save yourself first. You know, you can't, they tell you on the plane, don't put someone else's mask on before you put your mask on. All right, so it's just like I'm really just loading up this salad. Tell me what you, drop it in the chat. Tell me what you put on your salads usually. We got a couple people who told us already, but if you do anything else that carries high nutrient density, I love to top it with chia seeds after, flax seeds. You know, if we're not responsible taking inventory of what we're eating, that can be troublesome. Your minerals go low, your vitamins go low, especially if you have a disease. A lot of people eat whole food, plant-based to mitigate disease. And so, you know, especially the chronic diseases like the autoimmune conditions where you're missing, what's really happening is your cellular function is so badly impaired by deficits, you know, that your immune system is wreaking havoc for the most part, right? Like a lot of these diseases, your immune system is just wreaking havoc. And so it needs something. It's letting you know something. A symptom is a cue for compassion. You know, your body is not just making noise because you're doing a good job at taking care of it. It's making noise because it needs something from you, you know. And it's just a cue to be kind to yourself. It's a cue to figure out what's going on. It's a cue to slow it down and to give yourself the same care. This knife is so aggressive. It just like snapped the pit in half. To give yourself the same care and commitment and whatever that you would give like someone else. All right. So giving it to yourself, right? The same, you know. Okay, got this. So the dressing, I'm getting into the dressing now. Oh, I guess I forgot the carrots. So in the salad, if you're just joining or if you're catching this later, if you're here and you're like, wait, what are we doing? In this salad so far, we have cabbage, we have power greens. I pulled out this spring mix right here, and I haven't opened it or put anything in it because what I really wish is that I put it on the bottom so it's pretty when I take a picture of it. And if I put it on the top, I'm going to cover up all this beautifulness that I made. So if I just like throw spring mix on top, then you're not going to see. Maybe I can throw it here. So we'll see what happens. But I want this bowl, so I can throw it right here. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. Yeah, so I'm just working on this salad. I'm making sure to incorporate nutrient-dense foods, right? So we do have mushrooms, we have cabbage, we have beets, spring greens, power greens. I have some parsley over here too. And so the point is, choose what you like and really use it, right? Don't make salads, right? And so this is an intro. I want to get us into next some raw meals. So raw wraps, raw, right? And it doesn't mean you have to be a raw vegan. Oops, here, it's a little tilted, but here I go with my attitude. It doesn't mean you have to be a raw vegan, but what it means is it's nice to have a few raw meals in your pocket. I like to do these little extreme, I'm just an extreme person, but I like to do these little extreme, like I'm about to do a raw, right? And I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm about to go raw food. I'm just going to eat all raw food and just shake things up a little bit. See what happens. And then what it does is it makes you feel really good. So first off, you're never going to get hurt by going all raw. And Yeah. So I'm about to go raw, and we're about to eat that on Wednesdays together. That way you can get a couple of books, a couple of things in your pocket, and then I've mixed this up like crazy. And then, yeah, I'll do a course on it. That'll be fun. You can take the raw food course, and we'll make things that are like meals, right? And that's one of my mottos here, And I like, I'm an entrepreneur, right? Right. Part of the thing that Rachel Detroit Coaching advocates is create the life you want. Well, the life I want is one of entrepreneurship, one of I like being a leader. I like having colleagues. I like teammates. I like co-working. I like investing, right? And those are just things like that I am learning and I continue to pursue and I continue to learn. And so, um, maybe like a little thought that you could think to yourself too. I haven't checked the chat in a while because I'm just yapping. Sometimes I say this. This is what I used to do when I was a teacher. We're gonna zip this up in the blender. This is what I did when I was a teacher. I would just blah 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 blah, and the students are like, whoa, and they ask me anything. 3 hours later, no, 1 hour later, because that's how long each class was. The bell rings, and it's like, oh, oops, whoops. But my students were always so good, and they all always got good grades. We played and we did work, but we did play, but we were quiet. And I meditated with them. It was fun. It was interesting. Teaching kids is wild. All of you parents out there, wow. I mean, I just think about you guys and think you're so awesome. We got some stuff in the chat talking about salads. Red and yellow peppers on a salad, love it. Right? Um, yeah, we tell kids to not be afraid to ask questions, and that's how they learn. Yeah, that's exactly it. We were talking about asking questions earlier. Greens, broccoli, slaw, carrot shreds. Yes, carrot shreds are really nice in a salad. And something too, what you want to make sure when you get into salads, we want to make sure we eat protein. People say, oh, well, you don't need protein. Well, yeah, right. We don't need like 900 grams of protein. We don't, right. 100%. But we need protein. And people are like, oh, there's enough. Okay, well, tell me exactly. Or this is me. Tell me exactly what you're eating. And it's like, oh, well, you can just get it from a vegan diet. A well thought out plant-based diet, absolutely, yes. You can get so much protein from a well thought out plant-based diet. So this is when we're making our salads here. We want to talk about more quality, right? We want the biggest, the most quality possible in our salads. All right, so I got avocado in here. I'm gonna get some lemon in here. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Ooh, fruit in a salad. If you've never had fruit in your salad before, you have got to do it. If you have never eaten fruit in your salad, you have got to put that in there. It is so good. I've been doing mango lately. Mango and tahini. Kind of a freak. It's good though. All right, we have one big salad a day. That's really good. See, that's what I've been working towards this past week. Cucumbers, carrots, purple onions. Love the colors. So far, we got some colors here. Green, orange, purple, green onions, and sometimes brown rice. Brown rice, good. We gotta get protein. We gotta get carbs. All right, let's get this dressing. We'll get Aleppo peppers in here. I have pumpkin seeds to top the salad. It's got good zinc in it. So in the salad, we have green cabbage, right? We got the cruciferous vegetables. We're not cooking them, right? So we're reaping, each vegetable, the more, the like if you don't cook it and let it out, stay out this longer, like different properties come out. So we haven't cooked it. It's got, I don't know the properties. I could definitely study them. That's all I want to do. All I want to do is study information about food and nutrition. I'm like a nerd. Like I should have went to college to be a science teacher. I went to be a math teacher. That's nerdy though too. I like cared about putting numbers into equations or something. I don't know. I guess. All right. So I'm gonna do 1.5 lemons because I already have this squeezed. Um, all right. So I also eat a lot of smoothies. For me too, and like I can totally eat smoothies for every single meal. I could probably and eat like one meal a week, like one food meal. Like smoothies are good for me. They are really easy. They feel good. I'm gonna go wild with the lemon. We got a whole avocado. We got 1.5 lemons. You can throw other things in here. I don't know if I'm creative enough. So I got some carrot butts. I'm gonna throw that in our dressing. Just gonna lose my mind by putting everything in here. Let's throw some mushrooms in it too. 3 mushrooms, right? And this is kind of this is where I was at when I got on this show. It's like you don't really have a recipe, Rachel. But what I want to do is I want to make a raw salad, and I don't know if this tahini is probably not fully raw. Maybe I shouldn't put it in there, but I want to because it's been roasted. I'm gonna put about half a teaspoon of this 7 spice, right? So hey, let me try it first and I'll let you guys know before you take a risk. But I think it's going to be just fine. It always is, isn't it? So I think it'll just be like a nice thick avocado, right? I got 1 whole avocado in here, a whole avocado. Maybe too much lemon. That's if anything's going to hit us, I overdid the lemon. And then I got the allspice. I'm going to zip this up. I might have overdid the lemon, but we'll see. But here's the thing, we can play. I can add another avocado. I can add tahini, but if we want to keep it raw, I don't think we can throw tahini in here. If anybody can Google and wants to throw it in the chat, is tahini considered raw vegan? Throw that in there. All right, let's see what happens. Shake it up a little bit. Okay, it's getting thick. The mushroom's losing its mind. I'm going to get a scraper and scrape down the edges. Now I'm going to let it go. I think it's doing some stuff. I only have 1 scraper. I need to order that scraper to order a scraper because having 1 affects the quality of my life. All right, so I'm going to scrape this down. Okay, it's doing something. Yeah, it almost needs more liquid. And I think a half a teaspoon of the allspice is plenty, if not too much. Let's see what kind of liquid we would do in here. Ooh, now we're just in the test kitchen. 100%. I don't know, I kind of want to do like soy milk. Is that weird? Because I kind of want it to be creamy. But I don't know if that's raw either. That's all right. We'll progress to the rawness. We'll get there. Soy milk or tahini? Let's do a little soy milk. Get that? Because it's got fats in it and it'll be more liquidy. Yeah, so I did definitely come on here. I usually have a plan, right? This one I didn't have a plan. I was like, whatever. It's a salad. Do what you want. All right, so I'm going to do about 1/4 cup to start of milk, of soy milk, and I chose soy milk. I like the fats it has in it. I like the properties that soy has. People are anti-soy, and I want this dressing to be creamy. I haven't eaten enough raw salad to know how to make a raw dressing. I'm sure there are ways. Maybe I could have done more avocado or, because I'll see these like raw food people. I don't know that they're using milk, but I'll see them. I've never heard about milk and dress. Oh, I guess ranch. But I'll see them make these like really beautiful pour over salads. Maybe they just put water. They probably just put water, right? They probably put a ton of avocado in water. Oh, we got some stuff in the chat. Is tahini considered raw? Thanks, Sandra, for looking that up. Okay. Is tahini considered raw? Unhulled, unhulled means the shell is still on them. Hulled means they removed the shell. Unhulled tahini contains whole sesame seeds, and it has slightly more bitter taste. In addition, tahini paste is either raw or roasted. Raw tahini is lighter in color and less strong in flavor. Yup. And it has higher nutrient content than roasted. So this right here, what I have, Village Rashi, I talked about this on my class. It's roasted. It's what the Iraqi people from Iraq, they like, the Chaldeans, Iraqi. I guess Chaldean doesn't matter. But from Iraq, it's roasted. So this wouldn't be raw, but I have another one in the fridge. My blender is just blending. I have another one. The Lebanese folks, they like to use raw tahini. Okay, thanks for looking that up. I mean, I love it. It's delicious. I'm going to add water to it. I was going to just pour it out of my water bottle. Then I remembered, like, well, that's probably not the best. That's probably not the best practice, Rach. All right, so I'm going to get this. I'm going to measure out 1 cup. And I think water would be better when making this type of dressing. So here, let's mark this up a little bit. Basically, we used 1 avocado, the juice of 1.5 lemon, and then it seems like maybe 3/4 of a cup of liquid. And I would say we could start with water. I would say we probably don't need the soy beverage. But you definitely could, you know, if you're like me. Yeah, so I just made this dressing and it's full. It's got mushrooms, it's got avocado, it's got carrots, it's got, I could have probably put some cabbage butts in it. You know, I basically just use it. I'm going to pour it into this container over here. That way you can see the what this looks like. And then I'll show you the salad we made, the nutrient density, and then you can have a nice room temperature salad. I asked a friend, right here, I'll pour it in front of you guys, that it's pretty thick. It's a nice dressing. You know, to pour that all over your salad. And it's got mushrooms in it. It's really nice. And if you did not even use, like we didn't have to use soy milk. I just was kind of stuck. I was lost, right? And the fat will be really low if you're looking to eat really low fat. And it made quite a bit of dressing. And really there is no nut. And if we avoided the soy, nothing wrong with soy though either, right? So either way, this is kind of like an unlimited dressing. It's essentially a vegetable, a liquid vegetable. And make your decision about the soy or not. And then the salad, what we have in here, but make sure you have valid reasons about the soy. Don't just nix the soy because someone said don't eat it. Why don't you eat it? Well, what is it? What do you have? What do you... All right. So anyways, let's get into the salad. We got rainbow carrots. I got yellow carrots, purple carrots in here. I love purple carrots. Look at that. We got mushrooms, and we have green cabbage, red cabbage. We have beets. We have spring mix, and I think that's it. That's what we got in this salad. So we got a whole variety of colors. Let me get further back. This window behind me. Well, we got a whole variety of colors. I don't know. We'll get it together. I think like sometimes if I stand in one place, the colors change a little bit. All right. So we got all these ingredients in here. I have pumpkin seeds. I'll put this dressing on top. I'll top it with pumpkin seeds. You could even, I have parsley here. I didn't chop it up. You could top it with parsley. I actually don't want that in my salad because as a base, maybe if I want a specific salad with parsley, I'll add parsley or cilantro. Maybe I make it a Mexican salad. I'll add, you know, I can use this base. This is what Tammy Kramer's talking about, not Mag Notebook, about batch cooking. I can use this base and then I can make it Mediterranean. I could throw this delicious dressing. I can make it Mexican. I could throw this cilantro and whip up something with cumin and chili powder, whatever. So food is really versatile. Vegetables are really good for you. Don't be afraid of vegetables. Don't be afraid, right? That's another thing. We mustn't fear. We mustn't fear. All right, my name is Rachel Detroit. If you have any thoughts or questions, you know, drop it in the chat. If you like what you see, share the post, leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love talking back to you. I respond right to you. Beautiful salad, so pretty. Eat the rainbow. Exactly. That's really what you want to do. You want to eat the rainbow. Because why not? Over here, I pulled this jar out too, and I'm not going to put it on top, but these are pickled beets. I poured a lot of the vinegar out. These are pickled beets that I made for my plant-based Mediterranean class. It's very simple. It's vinegar and salt and water, beets and turnips. So I'm going to use that on one of them. But that's all, folks. My name is Rachel Detroit. I'm a life coach and a plant-based chef. I help people transform their lifestyle. I'm transforming mine right here as we speak too. You know, it's about this ever growing and ever changing version of ourselves. Every day we get to flip a new page, try something different, and this is what I'm doing right now. So let me know what you're up to. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Join me next Wednesday for our plant-based raw, plant-based, vegan raw. Just let's see what we're gonna come up with on here. We're gonna learn to incorporate raw dishes, what it means. So the next series, right? We just got through the plant-based Mediterranean. We're gonna do raw for a little bit. I'll have a course. So join me in the course if you'd like to. It'll just be like this Mediterranean one. It's $20. You get the recording and access, et cetera, et cetera. All right, I'll keep you here all day if I could. The bell rang. I got to let you go. All right, take good care, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday and tomorrow morning for the Quick Coach. Bye. Thanks for joining.